What's happening with your world? It's your boy Low Skeezer for Sheezer. Please believe me, I'm back again with some more logic. See, when I come on here, I ain't coming on here talking about the bullshit. I ain't coming up on here goddamn making them dumbass assumptions. When I come on here, I'm coming on here with logic. Alright. Alright, look at this video right here. I don't know who this lady right here is, but I'm finna show y'all who she is and let y'all hear her voice.
So anyways, this is one that I cleared up the other day a little bit. Nothing major, just a little. Okay, but you can see a blue blur, white, black. You know, it looks like a person bending over.
Look at that now.
And you see some sort of blur right here. And this right here looks to me like a person bent over.
Tell me what you saw. Well, let me tell you what I saw. I saw a blur. That's all I saw was a blur. You showing us a blur. Saying that, look at this, y'all. This is this, and this is this, and this is this. Y'all know how you go to the psychiatrist and they show y'all them little random ass pictures and tell you to depict what you see in the picture. It's no right or wrong answer because the picture is just a picture. They do that to see where your mind is at. That's what type of situation we dealing with when you dealing with pictures that are blurred. Get these notes out. See, I got to check a lot of things because it's not logical. That one situation is not logical. You showing us pictures that are blurred. Everybody in the world gonna get their own perception of what they think that blurred picture represents or what that blurred picture really means. So no, y'all, we not gonna take no information from no blurred pictures and try to establish no foundation with that because that is not a foundation right there because the picture is blurred. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion about what they see in that blurred picture by not being clear. All right. Young Gross, who is that? Young Gross. Now listen. Young Gross supposed to been going back and forth with somebody talking about the murder so freely. Listen, man. Ain't nobody finna go on no YouTube and incriminate theyself talking about no goddamn murder. Nobody gonna go on Facebook and incriminate themselves going back and forth in no messages with nobody talking about no damn murder. They ain't logical, people. Y'all think people really around here killing folks going on YouTube and Facebook saying, yeah, woo woo. People do not do that, man. Y'all think logical. Those text messages that supposed to been going back and forth with Irene and Young Gross and all that, I believe those are fake. Because no people go back and forth like that knowing how messy Facebook is. Knowing all somebody gotta do is screenshot that and send it out and show people. People are not doing that. For real, man. It's three things, y'all. Three things that I feel like this case is wrapped up in. There's illusions, movement, and the pause button. When you pause something, it pauses in the gesture in which it's made at the time. If I move my hand like this, I'm waving now, right? I'm waving. But if you pause it and slow it up, you'll see what my hand will seem like it's doubling because of the movement. You feel what I'm saying? So when you pause it, you're going to catch me in whatever angle you catch me in. The lady I just showed y'all, she paused and Kenneka picture saying, oh, look at it right here. I'm finna put a negative image on it. Listen, when you say you putting in a negative image on it, okay, you saying the key thing, you are putting a negative image on it. When you put that negative image on it, it's going to show you different things that you didn't see in the regular image because you are placing a negative image on the picture within itself. Now it's making you see something that ain't even really there. You seeing another form of a shadow and another form of how light reflects off of objects. So that's another thing, people, that we're not going to put in our pot of logic because that's not logical. You cannot come to a conclusion from a blur and effects are not good to put into these videos if we trying to get real logic from them. Because a effect is just that, a effect. So we not gonna put that in our pot right there, y'all. We can't. It don't make any sense. I told y'all the only way we gonna figure this out is through logic. This lady came on earlier saying Kenneka's sister is her double, and that's not logical, people, man. We need to stick to just the facts. If we put all the facts together, I promise you, y'all, we'll come up with a good conclusion. But if y'all want to spend y'all time looking at blurs, I only got one thing to say to y'all. Don't strain your eyes. Because that's all you're doing is straining your eyes when you're looking at blurs. Because you cannot come to a proper conclusion from looking at a blur. Because what you see in the blur, I might not see in the blur. So we will always have a conflict of interest because you don't see it and I don't see it. So how can we come to an agreement about who hurt Kenneka or who did anything to Kenneka if we're not on the same page about what we see in these videos, in these photos? That's just straight up. And that's basically what I've been seeing lately, a whole bunch of that kind of mumbo jumbo. Then they showed talking about her shoe was missing. Okay. From day one, we clearly saw the video of her walking into that kitchen. And it shows her walking to the back by the freezer till you can't see her anymore. When she walks back there to the freezer and you can't see her anymore, she has on two shoes. Both shoes. They trying to show us pictures from the live, people making screenshots from the live that was taken on the phone, trying to say, look, she ain't got no shoe on then. If she didn't have a shoe on inside the room where they was having the party at, she would be walking through the hallway with one shoe on. You get what I'm saying? How she in the room with one shoe, come out the room with both shoes, and when they find her, she got one shoe. Something ain't right. Something don't add up right. Then another guy come on there and show us a video where the dude passed by with something in his hand, and right when he passed by with the little stuff in his hand or whatever, the police passed right by him. Listen, man, they not giving us the video like we should get it. They putting all the videos together, back to back to back. That's why the times ain't matching up, because they are back to back to back to back scenes that they put in one video, and they running it like it's one video. So the police might have came 50 minutes, 38 minutes, 5 minutes after the man passed by. But the way they showing it to you, they trying to show it to you is make it seem like the man passed by and the police come from the same hallway the man came from. So of course they saw what he had in his hand. So they trying to make you think that the police is involved in the conspiracy and all that there. People, that's not logical. Let's stick to the logic. If we stick to the logic, I promise y'all, we'll solve this case, man. But with all that mumbo jumbo and all that, we got to know that we can't rely on just the video. We got to do more homework than just watching the videos. Because as you know, the videos are already faulty. So off the top, everything you see in the video, you got to break it down and critique it and take the logic from it, because we already at a disadvantage from having faulty video footage. They've been giving us falsified information from day one. So we can't go off everything that we think we see or we think that we have heard or what somebody else say that they have heard. Because if we deal and base this case on things that everybody have heard, it will be 50 people in jail right now for Kenneka's murder. If we was to do that. So we can't do that, people. We got to use the logic. They said Monifa skip town. Guess what? If I was accused of killing somebody that I didn't kill, that's supposed to be my best friend and all that, it probably would scare me to go out of town. You understand what I'm saying? So don't just jump the gun saying, oh, she guilty, that's why she left, because guess what, people? Put some logic behind it before you say that. We not on here trying to slander nobody's name, make nobody feel bad, or falsely accuse anyone. We just trying to get down to the nitty gritty of this. We're trying to see who really killed that young lady, Kenneka Jenkins. We're really trying to get down to the bottom of it. Like I said, I ain't doing it for fame. Every time I see something I feel like ain't logical, I hear something that's not logical, I try to come on here. This is my 5th video. I try to come on here and tell you all about it, so we all can be in agreements on, these certain topics, a certain situation, and we can take it from there. That's my only reason for coming on here. When I hear something that ain't right, I try to do my homework on it. If I can find good explanation for it, I come on here and try to let y'all know what I have found, give y'all my logic behind it, so we all can take my information and probably find something different from what I didn't find throughout my information. And then we can really come together, y'all, and do this together and find out who did something to this young lady. And it don't just stop at Kenneka. We can take this further and further with any situation. Just take the logic out. Just take out what makes sense. And once you take out everything that makes sense and jot it down and put it in one pot, once you finish goddamn getting that pot together and open that pot up, I promise you it'll paint a different picture than what's already been painted. See, the picture that they are painting to us, let me rephrase that. The picture that we are painting from the information that was given to us is not right. And they don't mind us coming to the conclusion that we coming to, because we are very far off track. But I promise you, y'all, if we get this logic and use the logic, man, get what? They'll shut down everybody's Facebook page and everybody's YouTube account if we get on the right track with the logic. But until we get on track with the logic, we're not going to see any results, believe me. Because they know that we are so far off track, ain't no need for them to take no other necessary steps to try to do no more cover-ups. Because we are already so far off track that they like, yeah, they think everybody did it. They think the dude in the hoodie did it. They think Monifa did it. They think Irene did it. They think goddamn the white lady's son, Javon Trick, did it. They think old boy Monifa, his boyfriend, did it. And so get what? They know we already confused. So it ain't no need for them to go in there and plant no more false documents or plant no more false videos, because we so far off track, we already believe the little bullshit they already put out there for us. So they just sitting back waiting for our next move. So this chess, this ain't checkers. This chess, not checkers. You got to understand that. And long as we off track, they gonna continue to be hush-hush about it. Go to speaking that logic, letting them know that we ain't crazy and we don't believe the stuff that y'all putting in front of us to see. We don't believe that because it ain't no logic behind it. Go to talking like that and let them know that that's how we feel, straight up and down. I bet they'll come with a new attitude. I bet stuff start coming out then. Watch what I tell you. But like I said, y'all, that's all I really had today to let y'all know about the blur. Don't look at the blur.